Imagine a world where your time, yeah, your actual time, is an asset, one that generates income for you while you're just, living your life. Well, that's the whole idea behind the time-owned market, this futuristic financial metaverse. And to really get how it works, we're going to drop in on a chance reunion between two old friends, Felipe and Farad, as they navigate this pretty incredible new reality.
All right, so here we are. It's 11:05 a.m. in the market's observation room. There's a hum of activity in the background, the system doing its thing, but for our two friends, this is a moment of pure, unexpected surprise. So we see Felipe first, and he's just absolutely thrilled to see his old university buddy. His comment right away tells you these are two guys who have lived long, successful lives and probably haven't seen each other in ages. And Farad's reply? It's got this touch of nostalgia, right? He's hinting at a shared past and just how much the world has changed around them. The world they grew up in, it's basically gone, replaced by this new digital frontier. Now, Felipe, he seems like the veteran in this space. He's clearly intrigued by how this all works. He knows something big is about to happen, but he's so confident in the system, he just casually suggests they go grab a bite to eat. And get this. This is what really shows you what their new reality is like. A spontaneous trip to Geneva for dinner isn't some huge logistical puzzle. It's just a casual decision. The tech and the wealth they have now means distance is practically meaningless. But you have to wonder, how is that even possible? Well, Felipe has the answer. He hands Farhad a headset. It turns out the key to understanding all of this is the system itself. They're about to tune into the system's voice, Gemini, for a real-time update. Let's listen in with them. So they put on the headsets, and this calm, really clear voice starts to explain all the magic that's happening in the background. This is the absolute core of the time-owned market. Gemini kicks things off by confirming the time and what's happening. So while our friends are just catching up, this massive system-wide calculation is already going on, capturing all the value that's been generated by everyone in the system. And now we get to the really cool tech, the PB engine. Think of it like this. The system sees your mass as your potential, just your existence in the network. Your energy is the value you create through everything you do. The PB engine is the clever part that separates the two and turns that energy into a real, quantifiable asset, a piece of digital property. The voice then makes this simple, really powerful promise. They don't have to do any complex trading or speculating. At a very specific time, the results of all the system's work will be delivered right to them, as cash. And here's the punchline. The value they've been passively building up just by being a part of this system, it's already paid for their fancy dinner plans. Their time is literally paying for their lifestyle. It's incredible. Okay, so you're probably wondering, how does this amazing daily cycle actually work? Let's break down the mechanics of what the system calls the sacred routine. So the first phase is silent production. And the best part is, it's completely passive for the user, who's called a data valuer. For 24 hours, your time stock just grows. The registrar, or GCP, is watching and logging every single value-creating event. At the same time, that PBP engine we talked about is converting all this into digital properties called OVs. And watching over the whole thing is an AI optimizer, making sure the entire ecosystem runs smoothly. Next up is the 90-minute cycle. And honestly, this is a masterclass in efficiency. It kicks off at 11 a.m. sharp with a global snapshot of everything. 5 minutes later, the total gross value is calculated. By 11:30, the results are audited and published for everyone to see, which is huge for transparency. Final validation happens at 12:15, and by 12:30, payments are already going out. The whole process is built to be fast, transparent, and totally trustworthy. Then, at high noon, the sharing takes place. And this is fascinating because it's a mix of two different ideas. First, a flash algorithm randomly picks 100,000 asset units for a lucky bonus. But second, a seniority rule makes sure everyone gets a share, with the size of the payout determined by the rules. So it's a blend of chance and stability. All right, so all of this is building towards the climax of the day for every single person in the system. That moment when the digital value becomes real, actual, spendable cash. At exactly 12:30 p.m., the digital becomes real. A thing called the gate system opens, releasing liquidity all across the network. All that value from the last 24 hours is instantly turned into cash for every user. And this is what you get, a simple notification with a number, confirming your net payment. It lands in your account instantly. There's no waiting, no clearing periods, just immediate, usable money. And along with the payment, you get this crystal clear report. It breaks down exactly how they got to your net payment, from the gross results to the taxes that were automatically withheld to fund the system. It's all about total simplicity and transparency. But here's the thing, it's not just about your personal payout. The system also gives you this dashboard that shows you the health of the entire economy. You can see how many people are active, how many assets are working, and even the total tax contribution for the day. It makes you feel like you're part of something much, much bigger. So, what happens after the big payout? Is the day over? Not quite. The cycle isn't finished. The whole system is designed to regenerate itself and get ready for the next day. In the afternoon, a secondary market called TOM opens up. This is where users can trade their time stock, their underlying potential asset, with each other, maybe speculating on its future value. Then, at 4:03 p.m., that market closes, and the system starts its regeneration cycle, getting everything ready for tomorrow's value creation. The machine, well, it never stops. When you really boil it all down, this entire system is built on one single transformative idea, that your most basic asset, your time, can be harnessed to create real, tangible, passive wealth. It completely reframes the idea of value. It's not something you have to actively work for, but something you generate just by existing. And that leaves us with a pretty powerful question to think about. What if your time could truly pay for your future?